Story now, and the Justice Department says access to court records should be stored by the end of the week. This follows a ransomware cyber attack on its servers a month ago. eNCA has spoken to the prosecutor who raised the alarm, says they have not been able to access historical court records. There's concern that they may never be restored. eNCA's Barry Bateman, following the story, joins us live now. Hi, Barry. You know, this is such a crucial issue. We heard about this ransomware attack when it occurred about a month ago. We were told that the Office of the Masters had been affected. But it wasn't quite clear how it was affecting ongoing court cases. And then yesterday, the accused killers in the Babita Deokaran case, suddenly we see a real problem. Have you been able to get a handle on how much of an impact the cyber attack has had?
Yeah, good afternoon, Sally. It comes down to those court procedures, such as bail applications. The accused in the Babita Deokaran matter have been behind bars for 4 weeks now. They have been ready. They've told the court they're prepared and ready to go ahead with their bail application. But because of these ongoing problems with the servers, the matter keeps being postponed. We heard tomorrow it's been postponed until November. By that time, they would have been behind bars for 8 weeks. And still not have had their bail application heard. So that's the kind of impact that it's having. The issue that we're dealing with here, we heard yesterday had technical issues related to the recording equipment. It's not the recording equipment that's actually got the problem. It's the ability to be able to connect to the server, to be able to save the recordings for that particular day. And this is not isolated to the Johannesburg court. This is throughout the country where magistrates' courts are experiencing this difficulty, where they have to resort to taking notes by longhand or having to save local. I've been told that they do save onto CDs, but the Department of Justice says they don't save on any CDs at all. They've got a portable system that they save on. But this is what it's come to. They're incapable of saving to the server, but also, and this is perhaps a bigger problem, they don't have access to the historical record. So if you've been sitting in trial for the last 2 years and get to the point now you want to prepare for your closing arguments and you put in a request that you'd like the transcripts to be made available to you, they can't access those at this stage.
I mean, that's really, really worrying. You have spoken to the Justice Department. Have they given you any indication as to when this problem might actually be fixed and whether fixing it will mean access to all those historical records that you've just mentioned?
Yeah, what they're saying, Sally, is they're busy working in phases, and they explain why it has taken. Why have we been sitting for a whole month now with access through various parts of the Justice Department that have been affected by this? Emails is one thing, so all the emails are out, so prosecutors can't communicate with, for example, the DPP's office or various other people in the organisation. I mean, that's how bad it's got. But on this particular issue related to the records, because that was the focus of what I was looking into here and the complaints that I'd received from prosecutors, they say that by Friday, the access to these transcripts and the transcript portal, which provides transcript companies access to the record to be able to provide that service, should be up and available by Friday. My follow-up question to the Director of Infrastructure in DOJ was, well, what guarantee can you provide that all of the records will be restored? This was the response.
I can't give you guarantees as to what level will the organization be able to restore the court recordings. But I can tell you that we've got a robust backup system from the court themselves up to, the central storage, which is located at our data centers. We've got a 3-tier backup strategy. We back up from the recorder inside the court when the proceedings are on, and then from there the same recording actually gets stored in there and then get passed at the same time to our local server, which is located on the court itself, and from there it goes to a central server in our data centers. We've got 2 data centers that are replicating any point in time. So we've got basically 4 copies of these particular recordings.
But nonetheless, it still created massive disruption in the day-to-day business of seeking justice. Do we as yet have details on who executed this attack and what their motive was?
Not at this stage, Sally. We don't have any of that kind of information. What we do know, and this is what the Justice Department has told us, it was a ransomware attack. And speaking to Mr. Tipe, he was explaining to me how, this is not unique to South Africa. It happens to some of the biggest companies in the world. So my follow-up question to him, and we were talking about the integrity of the system. Remember, this happened to Transnet just a couple of months ago. So it's not unique to even the South African government. So there certainly are concerns, especially if you look at the impact this has had. This is a whole sphere of government. You just think of that. This is not a government department. This is a sphere of government, the criminal justice system that has been impacted by this. And my question to Mr. Tipe was, well, what guarantees, or rather, are you confident that the systems in place would be there to avoid another such attack? It's one thing to fix what's happened, but why are we here in the first place? This is what he had to say.
I've been in IT for almost 25 years, and I can tell you that the Department of Justice has got robust systems in terms of security. We have put serious systems to detect and to avoid these kind of happenings. But unfortunately, we've got people that made this their business to actually, hack into other people's businesses and make money out of it. It's an act of criminality. And I think looking at where we are today, with the little information that I gave you, I think we are in the right track and we'll be up and running very soon.
Well, I guess we will wait and see on Friday, and I'm sure you'll be checking in with them to see if they really are indeed up and running again. Thank you very much. That is eNCA senior reporter Barry Bateman.